Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon and we'll be previewing a game by 10 tons. Wow, that's a lot of weight on my shoulders. Neon Chrome. It's a, well, pretty much a cyberpunk top-down shooter. And you can see the bad guy in the back already, and I guess the main character in the front? I'm guessing, really. Anyway, let me just preface this little preview with the fact that I am not a fan of top-down shooters, really. Which I think will make it even more important because of the fact that I'm really enjoying this game. Oops, spoilers. Well, that's ruined the preview video. Anyway, let's go for solo play first. Now, Neon Chrome without, you know, well, there's not really a huge story in the game, let's get that out of the way. It's mostly a top-down shooter, a very enjoyable one at that. But Neon Chrome is this huge city, well, not really city, it's a building, an arcology, I guess you could say, a self-sufficient building with 1 million residents. You can see the rest, I think that's the rest of the arcology down there, because it's sort of, you know, not just one straight-up block of building, but yeah. Anyway, this is our little floor from where we are trying to throw or overthrow the leader, the guy in the throne room, the guy in the chair. You can see that we've barricaded these doors here. There's some dead soldiers over there, and we've pretty much, you know, barricaded ourselves in here, where we have access to various upgrade stations. Well, these are upgrade stations, these are more like vending stations, and a immersion room and an immersion chair with which we take direct neural control over lots of these people over here. I can't show you. Well, there's lots of pods over there. Now, the interesting thing is that even though this is our main character, let me open the, well, inventory, not really an inventory, but we're called the unknown hacker, which can hack even the most complex systems. Now, this is completely irrelevant. You know, the stats, the enhancements, because even though we are the main character, there's no point in the game that I've found, and I've played through the game, where we actually control her, apart from buying upgrades and weapons. And, you know, when we go into the immersion thingy, we control different people. So let me show you that. Let's sit down. So now we have to choose an asset. We have Eleanor Millens, which is a hacker, a Sarai Queen, which is a corporate soldier, or Dixie Valente, which is an assassin. And every one of these comes with their own stats. You know, hackers can hack terminals and special lockboxes, which usually gives you more money or, you know, different routes, and they've got plus 20 energy and 10% speed. Now, corporate soldier is a little slower, but has plus 20% damage, and also has a shield, which, you know, has a 50% damage reduction, sorry, a 25% damage reduction from the front, but they do get 50% extra damage from the behind. That was weird. That was wrong. Anyway, so yes, different weapons, different special abilities. Although you can buy your own, which I'll show you later. Now let's go for the assassin, which is one of my favorites, really. Connecting, establishing neural link. And there we go. You can see that this is my 39th soldier. It pretty much took me 38 of them to beat the game, which is probably not very good by, you know, veteran standards, but as I said, I'm not very good nor keen of top-down shooters, but I have to say I really enjoyed this one. Now, because I've already beaten the game, I'm guessing this is some sort of a new game plus, but let's start with the first elevator. We can't actually go to the other ones yet, so let's go. Now, the loading screen will show you sort of a map selection, but it's not really a map selection because you can't select anything. We're on the first level, which means, you know, we'll have to go through all of these and beat the boss on the 5th level before we can enter the 2nd floor. Now, if you don't beat all of these in one go and you die, you have to start at the beginning. Now, this may sound like a bad idea and you know, a grind, which it is, but it's not a bad idea because the game is really well done. Anyway, so here we are. Now, the basics of the game is simply shoot first and don't die. And don't ask questions later. Now, oh, yeah, there's already shield barriers, which you wouldn't see normally. And bear in mind, I have fairly advanced weapons for, you know, for this first level. But you have to also understand that these enemies will not appear on the first level, I believe. So this is all, you know, up the ante and everything. Now, the green bar around us is the health, and it's a good idea to upgrade it, amongst other things. Over here we have our weapon, which is an assault rifle, 20 bullets in it, and we have frag grenades, which frankly I hate because they're bloody useless. And we have, you know, a few of them. As you can see, that's our energy pretty much. And our credits at the bottom, which we use to buy stuff later on. So anyway, we've got various enemies, which will try to end your existence. And of course, whoa, I don't want this guy anywhere close to me. He's seen me. Now, killing stuff and destroying stuff is very, very fun in this game. Now, the reason I've killed this one in such a way is because these shield bearers cannot be hurt from up front where the shield is, which is quite annoying, and they will try to bash your head in. Like so. As you can see, I'm doing absolutely no damage, so, you know, you need to, trick them a little bit. Usually what I do is just go around the corner, wait for them. It usually works, but not always. Sometimes they are a little too fast and turn before you can actually shoot them. There's a variety of weapons, which I will demonstrate in a bit. Now, the reason these, well, sort of mine things are not shooting at me, nor these guys, is because I have this little icon above me. I'm an assassin, which means that in the shadows, not over here, for example, in the shadows, I'm invisible. Which is pretty good. So over here, I'm visible, but if I go into the shadows, like this, I'm invisible. So that's pretty nice. That's why the assassin is one of my favorites. Now, these are mines, of course, which will explode. And these are upgrade cybernetic stations, or cybernetic upgrade stations. Now, we have a certain amount of slots we can install stuff into, which can be upgraded, of course. And we have 3 options. Now, these are randomized, but you can only choose one. And if you're full on, you know, upgrades and want something else instead, you can always deinstall, or, well, uninstall stuff. But obviously I don't want to uninstall the shadow blend, which is nice because this allows me to, you know, be invisible. Now let's see what they have. Fires, you start have a 4 times burn time. Nanites weave a reinforcing mesh into the skin, providing 20% increase to health. That's quite nice. Aura heals you 2 HP every time you crit an enemy. That's not bad at all. I kind of like to take the 20% increase to health, but this is not bad either. I mean, the assassin already has pretty high crit, so I'm gonna take that for now. And that's it, you know, we can't use this upgrade station anymore. And remember, this is only for this person. If I die, I have lots more. Now let's get shown. There we go. And these things will shoot at us. And what I'm picking up is money there. Well, credits. Yeah, see. Oh, there you go. And again, you know, you do lots of this stuff. This is pretty much everything you do. Whoa! You kill stuff, you destroy stuff. Well, that's some kind of an iron weapon, probably an SMG, which is pretty awesome looking. That's another thing I have to say. Oh, I need a yellow key for these doors. There's a safe there we can loot for lots of monies. I have to say that killing stuff is and destroying stuff is very, very satisfying in this game. And that is why one of the reasons... Oh, come on. I'm not really doing good here. That is one of the reasons why the game's grind does not feel like a grind. But it's just like, you know, I want to do better next time. I don't want to die there. I want... Blah, 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 blah. Hate those things. They can really make your day bad. Oh, there's a keymaster here. Now these guys are special. The ones that are named, they have usually more health, you know, more everything. They're faster, worse for you, and just bad. So you want to avoid them. I like these little spider robots. They're quite fun. They also move in very cool ways. I need lots of keys for this one. Interesting. But there's also exploding stuff, which will give you, you know, a warning before it does so. Now we've got a red and a yellow key, which means I can go into both places. I'm going to go into that one first. The point of each level is to get to the end of it, pretty much. whether that means just reaching the elevator or destroying certain things, you know, there's usually... Oh, I also got healed. Very nice. There's usually not much else to it, but as I said, the game feels very satisfying when you kill... Oh, vampire booster. Unfortunately, these boosters, when you pick them up, this one is quite nice. It will kill everything within this radius. Well, suck, you know, stuff health out of enemies. But unfortunately, there's no more enemies on the screen, so, well, that's it. But it does work through walls, which is pretty awesome. It does not give you health in return, though, which, you know, might imply with the vampire thing and all. Now, this is a... weapon case, obviously. This is a shotgun which has more DPS, is a higher level, which doesn't really mean anything as far as I can see. It's got lots of, you know, lots slower shots per minute, or, well, RPM, I guess, rounds per minute, and single damage is 24 versus 9, but very poor accuracy. So if I pick it up, you'll see that it's much slower, but... you know, pretty good up close, but I do prefer these assault rifles and such. I don't know. Anyway, let's at least take the shotgun for now. Also, something you might have noticed is that stuff is destructible, which is pretty damn awesome. Not these containers, these are quite nice for cover, but yeah, these thick walls cannot be destroyed, which, you know, would make these doors quite pointless. But lots of stuff can be destroyed, which means you can go into different rooms that you know, otherwise would have to go through a bottleneck or something. And here's the ending elevator. Now, I do apologize, I always do this, but I always get sidetracked when I'm talking about something. Anyway, I was talking about how, you know, fun this game is, you know, even though you have to basically grind it. Let's see, your normal projectiles inflict double damage when your health is under 20%, boosts weapon reload speed by 20% and rate of fire by 10%, or resulting in 10% increase in 10... I'm going to go for this, 20% reload speed and 10% rate of fire. Pretty good. But yes, case in point, all the weapon sounds feel and sound powerful, you know? It's a joy to use them, like bang, bang, it's pretty awesome. Reloading as well, plasma weapons have a lot of kick to them, you know, sound-wise. So it's pretty awesome. So if I wait for this guy up close, you can see quite a lot of damage and gibs. So, can I... Oh, interesting, I can't, have this mine go off here. That's quite a cool touch. Now the levels are fairly varied. These are glass, by the way. Wow, I've never seen this sort of stuff before. That's interesting. Wow, it's like, I don't know, everything destroyed. Now when you get surrounded, it's best to hide or kill them quickly, because your health will not replenish. You will have to either find medical beds or replenish your health some other way, but usually it's a bit of a problem and health is in short supply, so you have to be careful. But yes, weapons feel powerful, they're pretty awesome, all of them, you know, ion ones look cool, sound cool. Let's use a few frag grenades or something. There you go. I have to wait for this guy to come around, otherwise I'm gonna do nothing against him. These shield guys are really annoying. Usually when they rush you, it's horrible, because they can get you, you know, into some kind of a corner and kill you. Now this guy, if I take him head on, he's gonna hit me. But if I just destroy this, there we go. You can also melee them, of course. Now I'm hidden over here, so they can try and look for me all they want, but... well, that was not executed so brilliantly, but there you go. Whoa. So yeah, despite the fact that I'm not really... Oh, this guy has a rocket launcher. I'm not really a fan of top-down shooters. I have to say this game is a hell of a lot of fun. And very satisfying, as I said. Ow. I just took that shot right into the face. Well, let's wait for that guy as well. He's going to come over here. AI-wise, the enemies aren't overly smart. They're basically just... Ooh, what's this? Predator. That's a special weapon, isn't it? I don't think... Oh no, wait. It's a pistol. Yeah, I don't like pistols because you actually have to click to have them shoot. Now here's a medical bed, which was a waste to heal because I was only, you know, slightly scratched. I would leave it there and go back for it later. Now if I pick up the penetrator booster, that will allow me to shoot through, usually through walls and also shielded guys. Now check this out. Yeah! Yeah! Look at this. Now how awesome is that? Look at that. Now the medical bed would come in handy, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. There's another assault rifle, which is actually better than what I have with a shotgun. So I'm going to take that. Now I like how the credits look. They're sort of, you know, glow in a neon color, which I guess is the point. You know, neon chrome. And now that's also another trick you can use for these shield guys. Just you know, circle them. Now there's the ending. Sometimes you can find special elevators which will take you, like this one, which will take you into special... Oh, there's a vampire booster. Let me show you how that works. Bing! Nom! Look at that. Look at that. That was beautiful. Now here's a locked container which requires you to be a hacker to unlock it. And it'll give you something cool. Now let's go to this special mission. Tempting, isn't it? Wow, I've never seen this one before. What's this? Now, this is... I'm obviously gonna get hit. Ah! I think something bad must have happened, yeah. Because the entire level probably... No, it didn't get uncovered, but these... Whoa, yep, it did. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's why it said tempting, isn't it? I should have avoided that and not hit them, because now I have these lasers to contend with, and they do quite a lot of damage, and you cannot destroy them. Shotgun, SMG, I don't want any of that. There's a medical bed here, which I will use. Quite nice. Now, where's the rest of the lasers? I gotta hide! These lasers do so much damage. What did I get? An ion shotgun. I will equip that now. It's not quite as good as what we had, but it does more damage. It does 30% extra damage to robotic enemies. So anyway, yeah, sometimes you will find these... I forgot to actually show you on the map. Oh, cool. I've never had an ion shotgun before. That looked kind of cool. Sometimes you will have these secret levels, I guess you could say. No, you don't. Secret levels which will allow you to basically bypass the rest of the level you were on and, you know, go to the secret level. But the secret levels can be quite challenging sometimes. 20% increase to health. I could go for this. Armor core. I've never tried it before because I usually didn't use explosives. Well, apart from mines, which are brilliant, by the way. Let's see if it's gonna work. Ow. Yeah, that was bad. Well, I didn't spawn it. It was only 20%, but there you go. I can destroy this. Bang. Now all of these guys are going to try and find out what the heck's going on. As you can see, the controls are very responsive. There's never a time where you feel like you're fighting with your character because they don't move or something. It's all very responsive. If you die, it's your own bloody fault. And let me tell you, sometimes the game does turn into quite the bullet hell. So you do have to pay attention. Now, if you stay on a level too long, sometimes reinforcements will be called. Now, these will make your day really bad. Now, let me try to see if I can show you. You can see that the extra reload speed is really helping me because, you know, if I shoot like this and then hide behind a corner, I want to reload quickly. Which is very nice. No, you don't. There you go. Oh. Now, the ion weapons will... Oh. No, you don't. Oh, man. The ion weapons will really help when you are facing lots of robotic enemies, which is often the case. Now, I don't think I've explored all of the level, but we can just go for the end, why not? Now, let me show you this. you see these little ones, these are bonus levels. So on the previous level, I mean on the level we were just at, there was also one of these special elevators, which, you know, allow you to bypass the level and go to the special level. Which sometimes, as I said, is sort of a, you know, lots of money type of thing, but sometimes also, oh crap, why did I go over here? And sometimes you can also get healed. So anyway, yeah, it's an extremely, extremely fun shooter. Top-down shooter. There's not a huge variety of enemies, but I don't want to, you know, do the game a disservice. That does not mean it gets boring. As I said, I've already beaten it, and it just gets more and more challenging. Now this is a really good thing we have the iron shotgun here, because these are all robotic enemies that, well, don't really like us. Come here. Especially these purple ones are quite annoying, because when you destroy them, they spawn 2 more of those little spider bots. 20% increase blocks, 4% of damage for each 50 points of energy you have. That's quite awesome. Alright, so let's do that. You know, these guys can be a pain in the ass if they shoot you, because, as I said, health is in short supply, and if they shoot you with a big explosion like that, it's a really bad thing. I'm not a huge fan of the iron shotgun, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, there's lots of other types of weapons. There's plasma, projectile, laser weapons. Plasma weapons are probably my favorite. Ooh. Because they do extra damage versus organics. And it just tears through them. A plasma assault rifle, for example, I love that thing. Now, let me just die now. Or maybe not. Maybe, actually, let's try and show you the first boss. Why not? The bosses are fairly straightforward. They are difficult, but at the same time, here, fairly straightforward in a way that they all have 3 phases. Oh, bloody hell. I don't like you guys. Yeah, they all have 3 phases, which means, you know, oh, there we go. There's a platoon incoming. I'll be able to show you that as well. It gets fairly hectic. Oh, crap. I shouldn't have aggroed these guys now. See, that's why I don't like the frag grenades. Because you usually miss the enemies. There we go. Reinforcements are after you. And they'll be quick. Ah! I didn't see this guy. Where are they? There we go. I gotta take him out quick. Oh, nice. Reinforcements! So many of them. Oh, there's an energy booster. I want that. So now I pretty much have unlimited energy. That's so awesome. You stay there. Oh, there's the extra explosives that were spawned. Come on. Also, if you've probably noticed already, but the game has some pretty rockin' music. Now, there's not too many tracks of it, but I never found myself going like, oh my god, this track again. Ooh, penetrator booster, that would have been useful before. But yeah, it's pretty damn awesome. It's pretty epic. Most of it. Oh. Get away, ow! Bloody, ow! Bloody little things. What do we have here? An upgrade. Alright. So, ooh, very nice. I'm almost dead, actually. Oh, there's a key. That's a key master, and he's angry. Ow. I'm actually gonna die now, so I'll be able to show you what happens when you die. Which is pretty much select a new character, and also be able to, you know, customize them via buying new weapons for them and such. So you're not necessarily stuck with what the guy comes with, you know. You can just buy the items for next time. 50% increased damage to bosses. Wow, that is pretty amazing, because bosses have a lot of health. And now I can't get in there, and that's a bit of a shame. I need one of those keys. Anyway, whether I die or not, well, let's go in here. And now it's boss time. And we do have an ion cannon, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Is it a mechanic boss? I think it's a mechanic boss. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. There's there we go. Oh yeah, it's this guy. I believe this guy is the boss. So yeah, it is a mechanic boss. That's gonna be fine. Let's try to destroy that. Oh. Now from there, those little gremlin things will get through. So I'll try to destroy it. So we won't have to deal with any more of them. There you go. That's that gone. Now let's try to get the rest of them before the big spider boss actually finds out we're here. There we go. That's that one. And that's about it, I think. Oh. He doesn't see me there, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that was possible. A shotgun with a lot more DPS, but I want to do the plus 30% against robotic enemies. Alright, so here's the boss. Come and get it. Now you can see he's got... ow, that's not a good idea. Health at the top, and it's in 3 parts, pretty much. So 3 phases. Now he has to reload as well. And when you have to reload, it's actually done with an audio cue. If you heard it, the sound effect of the shooting actually gets higher pitched. It gets higher pitched when you have to about to reload, which is the same for enemies and yourself. So that's pretty cool. And he's going to destroy all of this. Gotta get away from there. He's going to destroy all of these. Come on. No, you don't. Oh man, he destroyed my cover. Come on. We're in 3rd phase now. And the fact that I have a ion shotgun really shows. It's really a lot easier to destroy it. So much easier. Oh. Yeah, I'm not doing too great. And that was a lot easier than it was on the first time. Because obviously we have upgraded weapons. So anyway, now that we've beaten the boss here, this means that, you know, we can easily... I want to destroy these guns. That means that we can go to the 2nd elevator when we die. You know, in case we do die. Let me take this shotgun now. It's a normal shotgun, but it has a lot more DPS, which should probably even out with the 30% extra for the iron one. So anyway, this is pretty much the game in a nutshell. Look at all this stuff. I love how the you know, environment destructs like that. And everything pretty much. So anyway, the weapons feel great, the sound effects are great, the music is awesome, the bosses are, well, pretty cool. You'll also probably have to try them at least a few times before you get them right. And yeah, for such a small indie dev team, this game is bloody brilliant. So this gets a lot of thumbs up from me. And if you like these sorts of games, you will really, really enjoy this one. Neon Chrome from 10 tons. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. Let me just die really quickly and show you what happens. I don't actually know what these yellow levels are. I don't know. Crime against humanity. Something has slain all civilians on the level. Must be something... What? Didn't quite read that. That's spooky. So yeah, there's civilians in the game, but very... well, very rarely. And more often than not, when you see them, they get killed by... uh-oh. Patrolling coming. Interesting. Well, we know where they will be coming from. Uh-oh. Speeder. Cuts all fuse times in half and increases explosive radius. 20% increase to health. I'll do that. More energy, coupled with that other thing we have. Means that we'll have more protection. Uh-oh. Someone had some kind of a rocket launcher or something. Enjoy! Well, that wasn't too bad. It's already the, reinforcements gone. Oh. Anyway, yes, I do have to die to show you what happens. Suicide. I kind of don't want to, but there you go. So when you die, you go back to the, that other screen where there's, you know, how many people we've killed, how many seconds we've been alive, and so on and so forth. So we go back to this screen, and now we can use all this lovely money to either permanently upgrade our stats, like energy, crit chance, damage, and so on and so forth, or, well, or also buy weapons for the next clone. Well, I guess they're not really clones, but there you go. If I want, for example, a minigun, I can buy that for 300 credits, and all the people will be controlling, well, the next person will be controlling will have those weapons, those abilities, and those enhancements we buy. So you can trick yourself out quite a lot. So if you're having trouble with a boss, you can buy the Chip How Achilles targeting, for example. It does cost, of course, and, you know, that's the price of it. So anyway, yeah, 10 tons and Neon Chrome, what a bloody brilliant little game. I really do recommend. I don't have quite the exact release date so far, but this is one game you're going to enjoy if you like top-down shooters. Or if you don't, like in my case, but I enjoyed it anyway, a lot. So anyway, thanks for watching. This has been MetalCanyon, and I'll see you in the next review. Bye-bye.